Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. We are heading into week 1 of the NFL preseason after we kicked off the preseason last night with the Hall of Fame game. Here to give you a report on some of the earlier odds here in week 1 of the preseason. Starting off on Thursday, we have 6 games, and we'll take a brief look at each of them right now as we'll start it off in New York as the Indianapolis Colts heading to play the Jets this week as one of the first games that kick off here for week 1. And the Jets come in as a 3-point favorite, total of 36 points. Now, both these teams look to have playoff aspirations in the AFC, but both have serious question marks on either side of the ball. The Colts on defense and the Jets on offense. If we can get a first look at what these two units will look like for probably only a few series here in week 1. It's going to be very interesting to see how long Rex Ryan plays his starters on defense here in this opening game against Andrew Luck and the starting Indianapolis Colts. But at home, I think the Jets probably look like they're at least the lean here at this current point in time. Now, the next one coming up is a very interesting game between the Patriots and the Washington Redskins. So the Redskins come in as a 1.5-point favorite, total of 37 points. And we don't have anything to go on here with the Redskins as new head coach Jay Gruden has 0 preseason record. However, Bill Belichick has been a week 1 preseason monster in his career, and the Patriots going 11-4 straight up in week 1 of the NFL preseason. So keep an eye out on that. The Patriots could have some pretty solid moneyline value as underdogs on the road, a team that's gone very under the radar for one of the bigger Super Bowl contenders of the entire NFL. And of course, the next game is going to be a very good one as well. It's the brother battle preseason version here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. This one's at a pick'em right now, even -110 wager with a total of 35 points. And much like Bill Belichick week one dominance, John Harbaugh, the elder Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens, has a week 1 preseason record of 5-1 straight up compared to his younger brother Jim, who only is 1-2 straight up in the preseason in week 1, despite going 6-2 straight up in the last 2 preseasons combined. Now, Cincinnati and Kansas City is next up. Kansas City is a -2 favorite in this game at home with a total of 35.5. These are two teams that have really been pegged for some regression this year. It's going to be interesting to see what both of these teams look like coming up this season. But however, Kansas City looks like a pretty good preseason wager with their offense this season. I think they're going to really revamp some things, give Jamal Charles still a heavy workload, but try to incorporate some of their passing options, including Dwayne Bowe, who's reportedly slimmed down some this season and looking really good in OTAs and he looked really good in the training camp so far this season. So be on the lookout for that one as well. Another very interesting Thursday preseason matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. Of course, a Super Bowl rematch where the Broncos come in at -1 with a total of 37 points. And not only could Denver be motivated to win this game in front of their home crowd, give their fans some retribution from getting dominated in the Super Bowl last season. And also, keep in mind, John Fox 8-4 straight up in week 1 of the NFL preseason. However, Pete Carroll also 4-0 straight up in his time with the Seattle Seahawks in week 1 of the preseason. And finally, the Dallas Cowboys heading into San Diego to cap off Thursday night's preseason action, with the Chargers come in as a 2.5-point favorite, total of 36.5. Of course, these two teams didn't have very good defenses last year, and it could be that way again, so we could be seeing a higher scoring game in this one. However, the totals in these preseason games are kind of fluky, and I would not recommend betting them. I think keeping it to the spread or money line in these sort of instances. And in this case, I think the spread's pretty sharp. Probably going to be the ones that people choose to lay off of late Thursday night. But that'll do it for me this time. Make sure you stay tuned for more preseason picks here later in the week, as well as some of my favorite preseason picks as well coming out today. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.